Hi, I'm Jana, and this is a real mom car tour of the 2025 Chevy Equinox Activ trim. And why is that important? This is the first time Equinox has ever had the Activ trim, and to be honest, it's the first time the Equinox actually had a little bit of street cred. It looks good, it has the same engine. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I'm going to take you all around the inside and the outside of this 2025 Equinox in a quick tour. I'm going to tell you what I liked and what you need to know. So buckle up.
If you're new here, I'm glad you found me. Hi, I'm Jana, and I give real mom car tours. I am a boy mom, auto enthusiast, and I'm an Aquarius, which means my life and sometimes these tours are a little bit chaotic, but they are fun. So buckle up and let's get back to it.
Let's start in the front. The first thing you should know, this engine is a carryover from a previous generation. It's the 1.5 turbocharged 4-cylinder. It's going to make 175 horsepower, and the all-wheel drive is going to be paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. That is a little bit different. The previous year was a 6-speed, and we need those 2 extra gears to help us with this all-wheel drive. In the all-wheel drive, you're going to make right over 200 pound-feet of torque. You do have the option to get front-wheel drive, and you're going to make around, I think it's 183 pound-feet of torque, but I'll check that and put it in the notes. So, engine's the same. It is what it is. The front end, though, has been revised. And here's another one coming this way. Look, look. Here's another one coming. They're going to have to turn around. We're all just out here fighting for our lives trying to film. The front end has got a little bit of that truck DNA that they have started to put through the lineup. I mean, the Chevy Trax got an overhaul and looks really good. The new Traverse, one of my faves, if you've been with me long enough, you'll know. If not, go find that video. I have 2 videos on the brand new Traverse, and she's a beauty. And you still feel some of that coolness here. This is what the engineers call the eyebrows of the car, and they set it off with these LEDs that carry through on the Chevrolet crossover lineup. And Activ has a unique grille that you won't see in the LT or the RS trim levels. You're going to have a little bit of the gloss black that's going to be from the sister RS, but a little bit of this darker, I'm going to call that smoky chrome looking accent right here, and Activ gives you a black bow tie. You have these LED daytime running lights, which I pointed to, your headlights here, and your fogs that are still, again, trimmed in a little bit of that sporty black high gloss trim, which just makes it look good. This is a new color this year, and it's called Cacti Green, and they've paired it with this 2-tone top, which I'm going to swing around to the side and show you, because it shouldn't work, but somehow it does. Okay. The Cacti Green paired with the 2-tone white roof just lends itself to such a fresh, sporty exterior. I think there's 7 different paint colors you can choose from, but I will show you those. There's a little hub set up where I can show you all the paint swatches, and you can see one that would look really cool. There's a pretty blue, and I don't know if you can do it with the 2-tone top, but it is an option. You do have black roof rails up top that are functional, but one of the things that I noticed the most is how they've revised these wheel wells. So look at this, a normal wheel well, circular. This is more of that truck DNA that is what they're using in the design of the Chevy Colorado. It's a lot for function because you have all-weather tires and they're a little bit bigger, but truly the design element is just to give this more of a rugged, tougher appearance, and I like it. This is matched, so these are 17-inch wheels, and they are matched with General Grabber all-terrain tires. Before you say it, I know all-terrain tires can be loud and the roar. We've been here, we've driven on the highway, on dirt roads. Honestly, it's not loud. It's not exactly what I was expecting. I thought it would feel a little bit rough, a little bit bumpy. I didn't get any of that transfer. I've been riding most of the time, but it's a comfortable ride. And I'll get more into my driving impressions later, but these are not just fashionable, they are functional. Is that a word? These aren't just for fashion, they're for function. Let's talk MPG. A lot of people asking about the engine size. Your MPG numbers, you're gonna get 24 in the city, 29 highway for a combined MPG of 26. Here's a look under the hood at that 1.5 liter. This one is the one that's paired with the 8-speed automatic transmission, and your MPG that's going to give you is 24 in the city, 29 highway for a combined MPG of 26. And all my gearheads that actually want to see this, like, I hope you're enjoying this under the hood shot. There have been improvements in the back of this car as well. The same kind of feeling, I don't know if I mentioned earlier, it's on a larger track, so it's 2.5 inches wider, which is going to make you just feel a little bit more connected to the road. It gives it a better feeling when you're driving it, and it gives you a tiny bit more volume, cargo space, not really necessarily cargo, but it gives you a little bit more shoulder room and space inside. You also have this rear end updated because it's a little more boxy, a little wider, and it just feels more current to the trends. You've got your LEDs back here as well with your active badging in black. Again, your black bow tie. I like how the roof line flows into this spoiler with your brake light here. It does have an exposed wiper, which I know a lot of people want that tucked under. You can't do that when you have the camera here. It is what it is. You have another camera here, so you have a full 360, which I'll show you when we get inside, a backup camera, and all of that. But the new thing this year, and nothing ever works when I want to demo it, it does have an auto sense lift gate. So when you approach, it will beep after it senses your presence and then open for you. So there's no more kicking and getting crazy back here. And of course, it's always easier just to hit this button, like a lot of people say. But if your hands are full and you're dragging stuff around, sometimes it's not easier to hit the button. And I never have this in my hand. I always have it somewhere in a bag. I do want to show you while we're in the cargo area what this looks like. This does not accommodate a third row. It's a dedicated 5-passenger. You have 3 head restraints in the back, as well as 3 top tethers, 2 sets of lower ISOFIX latches. I'll show you when we get up there. But this is a nice little cargo area. We have a light on each side so we can see what we're doing. You have a 12-volt plug over there. And one of my favorite things is all of this storage under here. I've got to move. Aren't these the cutest? If we're going to be active, we should be active with a Chevrolet crossbody bag. Okay, so you can just see this is my overhead storage bag and my partner's bag right here. And I don't know how men pack everything they need for like 3 days in this bag. I have this, I have a backpack, and I'm still struggling. Men are, here. Oh Lord, men are from Mars. The takeaway is you have great cargo, you have good amenities. The one thing that I noticed, it doesn't necessarily bother me, is that if you want to drop your second row, you are going to need to come around and do that with this handle. This is your 40, it's a 60-40 split, and this is probably not, oh, it will go down. I was going to say my partner's seat was kind of far back. He's got long legs, but this still went down. It's flat-ish. It's not completely flat. That does not bother me. You could still get a dog crate or whatever you need if you're hauling stuff. I don't think it's going to be a problem. And it truly doesn't bother me because I have long arms. And so if I wanted to drop this, all I do is lean forward and I can do it from here. But my other bag's up there, so I'm not going to lay it flat. Power to close. And I think that's just about everything I have to show you for the outside of the new Equinox. The rest of the updates are on the inside. Here's your key fob. A lot of people like to look at the key fob. Do you have remote start? Yeah. You unlock, lock, and then hit this for remote start. Press this 2 times to open up your lift gate. Let me start in this driver's seat. It's power adjusted, but it's also heated and ventilated. So these seats are a combination, they're mixed materials. So you have some suede, you have some of the Evotechs, and you have a sporty, I don't know if we're calling this gold. So this is called maple sugar, and it's matched with a darker, I'm half colorblind. If you didn't know that, I should have told you. Sometimes it's hard for me to tell between like black and dark gray. You get the point. Mixed material seats in this active trim level that feel good. I said it in one of my other videos for LT and RS. The bolstering and the softness of the seats, it feels really good to me. I like it. Of course, I love the fact it's power adjusted. When I got behind the wheel, I'm just in a position where I feel good. This is not power, but it does go up and down. It does not telescope in and out. Oh, wait, I lied to you. I just had it all the way out. So, in and out, up and down. This interior is all new. A lot of texture in here. So I want to bring you in. You can see the seats up close with the suede and the trim here. I know that this busy interior is not for everybody, but for the Activ trim level, I see what they're doing here, giving it more of a rugged type feel, even up here on your dash. I'm going into more detail on this Activ trim because it's new. And you know, if you're a fan of Chevrolet or not, I mean, LT and RS are trims that they've had in other cars forever, but this is new. So you can see on these details, I like it. And here's how you control your ventilated and heated seats. You also have the option to control your climate from this screen. This is new. This is 11.3 inches in this infotainment, and it's paired up with this 11-inch fully digital driver display. And I want to toggle through this a little bit with you. Here's your button to toggle. You can drag your map over. So if you were using Apple Map and you were connected to CarPlay, this would be the navigation it would use, but we do have Google built in with Google Assistant, Google Play, and I did a whole full video on the infotainment in this car. So if you're interested or if you might be in the market, please go watch that video because I get down in the weeds on what this means, how Apple CarPlay and Android Auto is affected, all those things. One more time, this gives you your miles per hour is over here. You still have your Google Maps little, and this would be your adaptive cruise control. You could set your gap. And this would be your more minimalist EV type display. So it's whatever suits your fancy. You control your adaptive cruise control here. Notice this, I don't know, I don't want to be weird, but do you see the thickness of this steering wheel? How substantial it is? I mean, my fingers are barely touching, let's just say. I like that. I just debated this with the person I was with, and he said he liked his not skinny, not fat. This seems to be the right. It feels good. I don't want to get crazy on that because I know it sounds wild. Well, I've got you in this point of view. I love the round air vents. I think style-wise they look good, and it's also easy for me to get the air on me, and I'm always hot. This is where you control this, your electronic parking brake, your all-wheel drive, your auto hold, your auto start stop. So I like the way this is integrated. I appreciate the way this is integrated with, it's two separate screens, separate pieces, but it's not stuck. It flows. I like that panoramic feeling. Let me show you the storage because there's a lot, and it has this rubbery bottom. You can charge with a USB and a USB-C. Your wireless charging pad is here, and your phone does go in this way. Your two cup holders, another little tray for storage here, and this is your drive mode selector. There are 3 drive modes in this all-wheel drive vehicle. So you have your normal everyday drive mode, your off-road drive mode, going to activate your all-wheel drive settings and give you better off-road performance, and then snow and ice, and that is going to give you the best drive mode for slippery situations. You have really good storage underneath this armrest and a little container. Of course, a traditional glove box, no surprises there, but let me tell you what is a surprise. And you can see where I've already jammed junk. Because you have this electronic gear shifter and it's up here, it freed up all this space. So now there is this pass-through, and pass-throughs are terrific. If you want to catch some trash like I did, hide an iPad, a valuable, whatever. I just like having extra storage in a car. You'll notice this steering wheel, I should have mentioned earlier, does have paddle shifters. Up top, we have a sunglass holder. You can open up your pano roof with this button, and I'll turn you around so that you can see that. You also have a camera in your rear view mirror. I'm in some random parking spot. This has been pieced together, in case you can't tell. You can open your back end with this button or your key fob, and I told you the Auto Sense as well is a great addition to this upgraded. One thing we haven't looked at, oh yeah, there we go. Mirror with lights, gotta have it. In the back I have good leg room. This is set for me and I'm 5'7", tons of room here, good headroom. I have a reading light up top, my old blank handle, but with this engine you're not going to be doing a lot of old blank. You have armrests with your 2 cup holders here, and I call this a bottle holder. in each door because I don't think it's good for an open cup. This is what it's going to look like. I'm going to bring you in to show you this bottle holder in each door. And then here's what it looks like in the middle seat. And I'm showing you this because if you were to install 2 car seats with these 2 sets of lower latches, you could fit here. I like the fact this floor is flat. Can you tell? It makes it great if you want to throw a bag back here, or if you're riding here so you don't have your legs on a hump. You have heated seats standard with that heated steering wheel. Your vents are here, and there are 2 USB-C chargers on the back of the console. I was telling you about the 60-40 split earlier. Now that I've moved all this stuff, I will end by just showing you this is what it looks like when you put that down. And they both do lay down. So what do you think so far? So I hope you enjoyed this quick tour of the 2025 Chevy Equinox Activ, the all-new trim level for the Equinox. If you have any questions of things I didn't cover, let me know in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. And if you liked this video, please go find the brand new Equinox RS and the LT videos. They're up now. And I also did a full tour, a tech tour, with the Chevy technologist for the infotainment. And we got down and dirty about Apple CarPlay and subscriptions, and you don't want to miss that. So definitely go find that. I think you'll like it. If you liked me, like, subscribe. You can find me all over social media. I'm on TikTok and Instagram, and I'm at realmomcartours.com. So I think that's it. Thanks for watching.